Welcome everyone to another peaceful camping video. This is day 2 of my stay at West Thompson Lake in Northeast Connecticut. I created a silent vlog in the previous video for day 1, but this episode will be narrated. I'll share some thoughts from camp life, as well as photography tips from images created campsite. So settle in and enjoy. There's a certain joy that falls upon me when spending time outdoors. I am by nature an introvert, and spending time alone comes easy. I find it fulfilling, and there's a freedom to be had, a disconnect from the daily grind and social media. In essence, it's like charging your batteries, but not just fuel for the body, rather mental rejuvenation for the mind. And peaceful camping is a great way to unplug and fill your time, whether tending to camp or just listening to the birds. And practicing the craft of dexterity and working with your hands is sure to reduce stress, while enjoying the art of cooking outdoors is nourishing beyond just food. All of these things are fostering better health and being. So this is the Houdsta Hearty salad, as I like to call it. It's jamming with fruits, nuts, a mix of spring greens, multiple cheeses, and topped off with grilled chicken, which I just needed to warm up on the griddle as I had already grilled it at home. Cooking outdoors is such a delight, and I had an entire symphony of birds throughout my stay. There was also a slight breeze to tickle my skin. What a simple yet lovely experience within the little things. If I can just interrupt the story for a moment and ask you to consider sharing a comment if you enjoy my videos. Many of my viewers leave comments in my inbox rather than on YouTube, and while I love hearing from you, it would greatly benefit the community by sharing your stories and comments right here in the description section. And of course, a like and subscribe would be much appreciated. So come mid-afternoon, I look forward to making a latte, whether at camp or at home. But making lattes at camp is much more fun. I simply love the process. You can say it's a labor of love. In my previous video from day 1, I share the art of making lattes in much more detail. This version, however, will be streamlined. The item I'm carrying is an electric frother, which over the years I've found to be my favorite method for frothing milk, short of using an espresso machine. For this trip, I'm brewing Italian roast rather than espresso. It's a bit stronger and gives a good kick. I do a double shot for my liking, which is about 2 ounces, and then simply add milk, which should be ready, and I'll just pour that in. This frother heats up the milk to the proper degrees, which I believe is somewhere around 160 degrees. The previous ensemble of images were black and white variations of the same image. I challenged myself to find beauty right here at my campsite. The more I gazed into the woods, the more the hardwoods began to reveal themselves, along with their relationship amongst each other. There's a fantastic book by Peter Wollenben called The Hidden Life of Trees. What they feel, how they communicate, and how they are social beings. It's a wonderful read, If you love plants and trees or just nature in general, you'll really enjoy this book. Anyway, I decided on this image here with a very intentional f2.8 aperture focused on the white oak in the foreground, which wasn't obscured and it had some really nice texture. And it also made for a great invitation to draw one further into the forest and then back to the white oak. To reduce some of the forest chaos and to bring more attention to the relationship of these trees, my final image was cropped as a panorama. I encourage you to challenge yourself with new discoveries and subjects to shoot. You may surprise yourself. We so often put ourselves in a box and photograph the same things over and again. And these exercises, they help us grow and can be quite enjoyable. After a perfect afternoon at camp, I was looking forward to my next meal. On the menu was a fine ribeye cut. It's been some time since I've made a steak, and for the record, I've never made one on a griddle. But I hear if done right, it's outstanding. With my kitchen clean, I topped off my dining experience with a campfire and ice cream. I mean, what's better than that? As I stared into the flames, mesmerized by their lovely dance, I wondered how I might capture the essence and artfulness of a campfire. I grabbed my camera and began experimenting with ICM, or intentional camera movement. It's a process where the shutter is dragged while the camera is handheld and intentionally moved. With a little tweaking and some practice, you can create some pretty awesome abstracts.